This is the Schmo with the Pro with the number 9th ranked UFC middleweight, prime time, 17-10, Uriah Hall in the flesh, fight ready, Scottsdale, Arizona. How we doing?
Good. It's actually 21-10.
Well, Schmo got that wrong, man.
All right.
That's why you're the Pro and I'm the Schmo.
Sure, I got it wrong too, but it's all good.
It's all good, man. Now talk to the Schmo for a second. You're here at Fight Ready. You're getting some great work in with Eerie, Prohaska, among others. Obviously, your friend, Kelvin Gastelum's here too, man. What do you make of the work you just got in today?
It was great, man. Henry showed us some really cool takedown stuff. Kelvin invited me out here, so I was training with him, but I got an opportunity to move around with Eerie. He's awesome. Great guy, very respectful. It was just cool camaraderie.
Now talk to the Schmo for a second, man. There's a big UFC title fight coming up here in the middleweight division. It's going to be in Houston, and it's this weekend. It's a rematch. You got the Reaper, Robert Whitaker. You got Israel Adesanya. The Schmo knows you've been chomping at the bit to fight Israel Adesanya. A lot of fans for a lot of times have been wanting to see that fight. If you're the Reaper, how would you beat this man?
Well, here's the thing. They're both technical, but I know for Izzy, he might have a slight edge with his reach, and, of course, him beating Whitaker the first time, that's going to boost your confidence. I saw the video where Whitaker said, listen, I was in my head a little bit. It happens. I remember being there for a bunch of my fights, but I think it's whoever goes out there and imposes the will. I can see it going the distance with Whitaker outpointing him, but at the same time, Izzy's just so tricky. He's dynamic. And that's why I appreciate his style when I want to go up against it because, I know what he's all about, but it's an edge, man. It's hard.
Outside of the Jan Blachowicz fight for Izzy when he went up to the light heavyweight division, has anyone fought him better than your friend Kelvin Gastelum for the interim middleweight championship belt back at UFC 236?
Honestly, I haven't seen it. For everyone else, I just see him dismantle them. I see Kelvin put up a great fight. It was hard to watch that fight, but, man, I just really want to get in there. And, no disrespect to him. I think he did a great job. He paved the way to get to where we had to. But from a competitive level, I just understand that style so well. But I got to play the game. I got to beat maybe 8 guys in front of me and see what happens.
Do you see the winner of Derek Brunson and Jared Cannonier being the clear front runner for the next title shot, or a guy that you recently fought who just fought, Sean Strickland? He got the W. Do you think he's deserving to leapfrog those guys? Makes sense of this middleweight division for us, Mr. Hall.
Yeah, it makes sense, all right. For what I've seen, it's what sells these days. For Sean to go out there and talk some smack, that could put up a good fight. He could skip those guys because apparently it doesn't matter what you ranked anymore. So maybe that's a thing. But I can see Cannonier, and he fought them both already, didn't he?
Who's that?
Izzy. Did he? Oh, he didn't fight.
Izzy has not fought Cannonier.
All right, so if Cannonier wins, then yeah. And if Brunson wins, then I can see that happening, yeah.
Well, Brunson recently said at the media day that he's got 2 fights left, including this one. Do you think it hurts his chances of getting a rematch at the title shot if Izzy wins, or a rematch against Whitaker? He's fought both those guys.
Man, it's hard to tell. Who knows? If he has 2 fights left, depending if he wants to stay with the UFC anymore, there's a lot of opportunities outside. Maybe him having a leverage if he loses. I can't really tell you that, but it's a great opportunity and it's a great motivator because everyone's coming after him. Some of the guys, I think they have it personal. Some of them just say, "I know I can beat you," but we're all lions in a field filled with lions and chasing the gazelle. Right now, Izzy got the gazelle, and we're trying to get him. That's it.
And what about you? April 16th fight night, Andre Muniz, man, a victory over him. Where does that bring you in this middleweight division?
To be honest, it's not something that I wanted, but I wanted Darren Till, but he's just being a punk-ass bitch. And I don't know what happened. He's just, playing the UFC or whatnot, but he's the guy I wanted. It makes sense. I'm not underestimating my opponent right now. He's a great jiu-jitsu guy. A lot of guys always trying to take me down and submit me. I'm a problem. I'm not a jiu-jitsu guy. I'm not a wrestler, but you're going to have a hard time. But respect to him. If I beat him, I'm still propelling to go forward. That's it. I just got to look forward and be positive.
You wanted Darren Till on that London card in March. Is that what the Schmo was hearing correctly?
Yeah, I did. I wanted him, but, I think he's just scared. I think he's really scared. Either that or he's injured or some shit. He's always making excuses. That's how I look at him. He talks smack, but I know when I'm standing in front of him, he's going to be quiet. So I know I can beat him. I just know I can beat him. He's short. He sucks. He's ugly. I just know I can kick his ass.
Now, how eerie is it for you, man, that you fought Anderson Silva and Chris Weidman back-to-back? Obviously, those gruesome injuries. Man, your leg must be made of steel, by the way, man. But you ever think about that? That play into your mind? But you had those back-to-back times, both those guys, man, both those former champions, and Obviously got the W, but weird, huh?
It was, first of all, with the pandemic and everything, fights getting canceled and me staying motivated, moving into a gym, isolating myself, and then for that to happen with Anderson, the guy I looked up to as a kid, the guy I looked up to think one of the greatest of all time, to step in there with him, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. It's like punching my dad. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. But, it happened. I wasn't happy with the win. I got it done. I was in my head a little bit because I'm like, shit, I don't want to hurt him. But it ended up happening. With Chris Weidman, he was the first guy to ever beat me. Of course, him coming in the fight, I felt like he had that confidence. You have that confidence when you have a win over someone. But, I prayed. My mom told me she prayed that God build an armor around me. I don't know if that helped. But, I was nervous going out there. I forgot the whole game plan and everything. I was like, shit, I can't lose to this guy again. But I knew he was going to kick, I knew he was going to kick. That's what he does before all his fights. And I just braced for it. And I broke in a couple of guys' leg before like that in the past. I wasn't really planning on it. I was trying to brace and counter, but he kicked so hard that happened with his leg. But I hope he gets better. I got nothing bad to say about him.
So you say that Anderson Silva is the greatest of all time. What does Israel Adesanya have to do in your eyes to surpass them, or can he?
Well, he didn't knock out Anderson. He played. He did all that cool stuff. I know how to do that cool stuff too, but I'm trying to win. So it was a game plan. I know how to be fancy and flashy. I can do it with him. But with Anderson, Anderson is so good at just picking you apart at the right time. There were moments where I was throwing punches, and he was moving just enough. And I was like, I know what that means because I've watched all of his fights. So I wasn't trying to go out there and play some games. I was trying to knock him out. It took me a while. It took me a couple frustrations, but I got it done.
Final message for all the Uriah Hall fans out there worldwide.
Keep it real. That's all I got. Just keep it real. Be yourself in a world that's constantly trying to change you. And if you're an asshole, be an asshole. If you're a good guy, be a good guy.
We like it. He's the pro. I'm the Schmo. Scottsdale, Arizona. We're out.